.7 Light FM. There's Adele. It's Doug Reese sitting in for Morning Dave on this Tuesday morning, and it's time for us to go out and check in with Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services, see what's going on with the market today. Hey, Phil, how's it going?
Hey, good morning, Doug. Doing well today. And we started off October with a bang, and a good bang for that matter. We saw the markets all go up over 2% yesterday. The S&P 500 ended up almost 2.6% up. It closed at $3,678. The Dow 30 ended up 2.66%, gained like $765 to close at 29,490. I know it's still well below its 30,000, but it's making some strides even this morning. And then the NASDAQ ended up 2.23%. And closed at $10,815. So everything was great, positive news yesterday. The question is, can we continue? And that's always the question. And it looks like, at least right now, that we're on the right track. We'll talk about that more as we close out this morning. But this morning, we're still at that first part of the fourth quarter, meaning that there's no really earnings coming in yet. We did have a little bit come in with the news yesterday from the 10 o'clock or the 10 a.m. Things that came out, like the manufacturing index was not quite as good as expected. It missed by about 2%. The S&P U.S. manufacturing number was a little bit ahead of indexed expectations, but the big one yesterday, to me anyway, was construction spending. Construction spending was down another 0.7%. It was only expected to be down about 0.2%. So heading in that down direction. So that's something we'll continue to watch. I was also looking at an article that talked about some other things, talking about the situation in New York City. So in New York, they had the first decline since the fourth quarter of 2020. So the Manhattan apartment sales declined by 18% in the third quarter. A lot of that's due, obviously, to raising rates when it comes to interest rates. And this is the first decline they've had since the third quarter of or the fourth quarter of 2020. So that just gives us kind of an indication of real estate. We'll see what those numbers look like a little bit later in the quarter, but those are important numbers that we continue to watch on a regular basis. No earnings coming out yet. Later this week, hopefully we'll have a little bit coming out. Mostly it's been upgrades and downgrades. But I will mention this one because it's having a pretty decent day today. Rivian, the electric vehicle maker, I think they're specialized in like trucks. They had a good quarter. They had a 67% rise in production from the second quarter to the third quarter, and they're expected to actually meet their goals for the year as far as production. And so that's got their stock actually trading up this morning a little over 7%. So we're looking for any good news we can find right now when it comes to the markets. But that's really about the only things we have to talk about. Let's look at interest rates before we kind of close out this morning. Interest rates are still the yields are still moving higher. So we've got the 2-year treasury, which is still about the highest out there at 4.1%, compared to the 30-year treasury at 3.7%. So we still have that inversion running there between the two. The 10-year did subside a little bit down to 3.67%, but still interest rates continue to move, the yields continue to move higher as we look on a day-by-day basis here. Trying to see what else we need to talk about before we go to that this morning. Tomorrow, a big day with ADP reporting. So that's always an interesting time when ADP reports. And then Thursday, obviously, when we have jobless claims come in, it always gives us a little bit of extra things to talk about there when those things come in. Let's see if I can find my futures real quick. Sorry, I lost my place. All right, so here's where we're going to start the day. And I got to say, we're starting on the right foot today, Doug. We've got the Dow 30 up a little over 1.1%. That's $335, almost $340 right now up. The S&P 500 up almost 1.5% this morning. That's $52. And the NASDAQ 100 up 1.75%, a nice little bump for them, $196. Russell 2000 doing well today too, up almost 1.6%. Everything on the index side definitely looking good, and our hope is to see it continue for this not just this day, but this week and this quarter as we try to close out the year strong. Looking at the commodity side, I got to say, Doug, silver is making a huge jump again today, up another 1.8%, almost at $21 an ounce. A big jump for them. Gold's also participating pretty well this morning, up 1%. It did finally cross over that $1,700 an ounce number to $1,718 an ounce right now. And then the one that Dave and I really never like to see going up, Doug, is crude oil. And crude oil's heading up 1.75% this morning, up to $85 a barrel. So expect your gas prices to be moving up here shortly as we look at those crude oil prices heading up as well. So as we close out today, let's not forget that that's the reason that we developed our core retirement design was to help people regulate and go through the amount of risk they should have in their portfolio, and to make sure that the amount of risk they have matches up with their risk tolerance. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement design so that you can enjoy the retirement you always dreamed of. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730, 95.3 FM.
All right, Phillip, thank you very much, and we will talk to you again tomorrow morning right here on Light FM.
All right, man, looking forward, Doug. You have a great day.
This is your captain speaking. We're expecting fair skies and smooth.
Well, folks, I think, at least I hope that you're doing well, navigating through all the ups and downs that the not just the markets have taken, but our lives have taken with hurricane busting through. So hopefully you're doing well, and we will talk to you guys soon. Until then, have a great day.